am 알리윌리엄스. 안녕하세요. It is a pleasure to speak with you today, and I am the president and CEO of the Greater Bethesda Chamber of Commerce in Bethesda, Maryland. I have had the great opportunity to meet so many friends and new members of the Korean church over the past couple of years, and am so excited to share some thoughts with you today. My great-grandfather, Franklin Earl Cranston Williams, who went by F.E.C. Williams, lived in Denver, Colorado, and in 1906 he married my great-grandmother Alice, and they spent their honeymoon going to Korea. They had a calling to attend and be missionaries in Korea. So in 1906, they packed up and they went on a ship to Korea from Los Angeles. They had struggles getting there, and but got to Korea shortly thereafter, went to Incheon, and from there went to Gongju and founded a school in Gongju and began their missionary work in 1907. Christianity was not very big back then. It was something new to Korea, and there were other missionaries there at the time. I know Alice Sharp was a very well-known missionary there, and they really wanted to spread the gospel. They wanted to teach. They had to first learn Korean and then be able to teach the gospel in a way that it can be accepted and understood by the Korean people. So there was a lot of work that went into learning the best way to preach the gospel to people who had never heard it before. They were so, in their mind and in their heart, so rich with this calling to provide Christianity and teachings to the Korean people that they really, again, made quite a sacrifice to go and learn a new culture, begin a new life, really, and had to work to understand the people that they were trying to help and make sure that what they were saying was accepted and loved, and they did a really wonderful job in doing that. He founded the school, Youngmang School in Gongju in 1907 as more of an agricultural high school for the young men who lived in that area. And they taught about better yields for crops and different ways to farm and harvest and times of year that were more productive. The land was so rich and the soil so great for growing crops. And so they wanted to introduce new crops and produce higher yields of vegetables and fruit and rice, and with that became more money to help families grow and build and buy bigger houses and have money to teach and educate their children and build hospitals and schools and really flourish in those villages in and around Gongju. Well, first of all, it has been an amazing year and a half. Again, we're learning more and more every day about the impact that was made in Korea from the Williams family and all of the other missionaries. I'm spending a lot of time reading and trying to better understand the history, the impacts that were made, the sacrifices that were made. I could not be more proud of the new friends that I've made, the brother friendships and sister friendships with the Korean people. Our family, 27 of us, went to Korea last August on a tracing the footsteps of my ancestors. So we visited a lot of churches, a lot of museums, a lot of history, culture. The leaders from the trip were absolutely phenomenal to help us understand not only the impact of all of the missionaries, but particularly what my great-grandfather and great-grandmother and my grandfather have done for Korea. As a descendant of these wonderful people, I'm trying to learn as much as I can so I can go to some Korean churches and some, places of worship to share that story, to share the history, because generations pass and that history starts to fade away. So I know that there's a group of Christian leaders in Korea that are keeping this candle burning to make sure that that history is heard in high schools and in colleges and in churches. And for the Korean pastors that are maybe hearing this story for the first time, I hope they're as proud as I am to be part of this story and to understand the impacts that have been made not only in Korea but around the world. In Korea now, I think there are 139 countries that Koreans are going out and being missionaries on their own. That to me is so exciting. It's so impactful. They're teaching the gospel all over the world. And a short 77 years ago when the impact was made to Korea, and now they're giving back tenfold in the generosity. I'll say one thing, what I've learned, and I wish we could be more like this in the United States, and a lot of people are, the proudness of the Korean people with their family, their education, their businesses, their religion, and what they try to instill with each other and share with the world is something we all need to take a look at and really try to emulate, to copy. Our world will be a much better place if we were all positive, if we had energy to make a difference in people's lives and to help each other on a daily basis. I saw this everywhere we went in Korea. I look forward to returning as much as possible so I can get more history, more knowledge of the impact that missionaries have made in Korea. And I just could not be more proud of the descendants that I come from and the work that they did, the struggles that they had. It wasn't always easy. And I get to reap the benefits and share their story with pastors and with the Korean people. I've shared it in the United States with several churches that I've visited, friends that I have who are Korean and others. And it really is a bond that is growing and continues to build relationships, build strength between our countries, and especially in my heart and in my mind, both open and both just loving the cultures and loving the folks that I've had an opportunity to meet, to grow with, and spiritually and friend-wise, to really make myself a better person. And I'm just so happy about that. 만나에서 만나요.